Today we have Fazal. He is the co-founder and CEO on Hashnode, so I'm super happy to have him here. We'll talk about, of course, Hashnode. I can see his hoodie. I'll probably have one in the future, I don't know. Tips for dev bloggers. And I also want to know about a little bit of story of Hashnode and maybe the future also of Hashnode and why that's so cool. So how are you?
Hey, Francesco. I'm really good. Thanks for inviting me and giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. You have pronounced my name really great. That's perfect. Francesco is the perfect pronunciation. So, Fazal, let's start a little bit, if you want, about you, and then you can introduce Hashnode. Okay, feel free to start from whatever point you want. I'm really curious about this story.
Sure thing. Francesco, I'm CEO and co-founder of Hashnode. I'm a front-end developer. I have been developing software for the last 10 years. At Hashnode, I take care of the design, and I also make sure that the team has the right vision. Everything you see on Hashnode today was designed by me so far, but very soon we're getting a dedicated designer who can take it forward from here. We are democratizing knowledge sharing for software developers and creating a new kind of social platform at Hashnode. We did a few things right in the last 1 year, which resonated very well with the dev community. Right now, we are growing really, really fast.
Yeah, I've noticed that it's a bit funny because I think that you started, I can't remember, it was May, June, July last
Yes,
year.
yeah, it was mid-June 2020.
I remember that because I was so focused that I wanted to start my YouTube journey. And so I was focused a little bit more on videos, and then I started being on a Hashnode on September. I remember that, and my very first article has been the very first featured article in the history of Hashnode. I remember this because someone told me this, and I was like, "Oh, this is a cool feature," and I was the very first one who got that. That's a little bit of my story. It's amazing.
Yeah, I did read your first article, and it was a really nice one.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the idea and a little bit of the history of Hashnode. And why? Why? Because let me play the devil's advocate. There are already other blog platforms. So I think someone, or maybe even you, have thought about this before starting creating that. Because creating some, because we know that we all have a lot of cool ideas, maybe 10 per day, but to make them in practice, in action, is a total different thing. So what made you click, okay, let's do that?
Sure thing. So back in 2019, my co-founder Sandeep and we were planning on creating our own personal developer blogs. And we were evaluating all the options that we had on the internet at that time. So we realized that there are only two kinds of platforms on the internet. The first one is networking kind of platform like Medium. And the second one was self-hosted or do it yourself, which is like Ghost or WordPress. Both of us, like both my co-founder and we were pretty sure that if we have to create our own personal developer blog, those blogs should be on our own custom domain like fazal.dev or sandeep.com. So that was our idea. So we evaluated both these options, and then we realized that with platforms like Medium, they were not optimized for programming blogs. For example, the key features like code formatting or embedding gist or embedding your code pane. And there were many such features that were not optimized for software developers. And the most important fact, like writing in Markdown, which is also known as developers language, that was also not supported on Medium. Back in 2019, I clearly remember they had stopped custom domain mapping. We were all talking about the paywall thing and also the sign up prompts, which was very frustrating as a software developers. So we decided that, okay, Medium is not an option. So the other options that we had was either do it yourself, build the whole blogging platform from scratch, or use WordPress or Ghost. So this was good. We could have used these options to build our own blog on custom domain. But the problem here was we are very busy developers, right? We have our own full-time job. And at the same time, if you are not a popular developer and if you are writing a really good article, finding audience for that article was like really, really difficult. So Sandeep and we decided that, hey, is it possible that we get the best of both the worlds? For example, we get the community and we also get the benefit of content ownership. So that's how we started with this idea, and we started building Hashnode we launched it in beta in the next 4 months, and then that clicked really well with the developer audience. The sense of content ownership and also staying connected with the developer community.
Okay, and just let me share my personal point of view. When I started using Hashnode, I've set up with my domain, with I don't know why it was still free, francescociulla.com. Thank you for promotion. Let me promote myself. It was very easy to set up, and maybe that's one of the key features of that. I love that one, and I also love that you can put something which is you call pages. So you can basically create a very small site for these developers. For example, I don't use things like Link3 or other stuff, because I have one page on Hashnode with all of my links. That's also linked with my blog articles, so everything is linked there. What you say, I think that could be really interesting also to get started, because probably you don't want to create your blog, but you don't just want to write articles, or maybe you want to do something else with your life. I don't know.
Yes.
But yeah, so I like it, and I like also your idea that you can use custom domains. So even if in the future you want to create that, you can keep your domain. So that's great.
There are multiple advantages, Francesco, when you blog on your own custom domain. For example, over the years, you build your own domain authority, right? And once you start publishing articles, all those articles that are getting indexed on Google and other search engines, they are sending traffic directly to your website instead of sending it to medium.com/Francesco or other platforms like dev.to/Francesco, right? So you are getting real traffic on your own domain. So I think that's something that really resonated well with our audience.
Yeah, thank you. And now I have another question, because how is this the business model of Hashnode? Why is everything free? What's the secret? Because we know that I'm sure, and if we are a developer and we are watching this video, probably you know that there is a lot of work behind. So how you can sustain this? Have you won a lottery, maybe?
That's an interesting question. Thanks for asking. At Hashnode, we are taking a bottom-up approach, which is a model which is followed by companies like GitHub and Postman as well. So our idea here is to let developers, individual independent software developers, create their own personal brand using Hashnode, and we are not going to charge them any money for blogging or creating their own blog. But as we grow, we are working on something called team publications, whereas more than one people can combine, can collaborate and publish articles under one domain. So let's say blog.somecompany.com or engineering.startup.com, right? Nice. So here you will have more than one people writing articles, and that's something which we are aiming as our revenue model. Right, and nice. That's when teams would start paying Hashnode. So everything on Hashnode would be free for individual developers, but for the teams, as they come into the platform, and they also get the same benefits of discoverability, traffic from the community, and also blogging on custom domain, right? So teams are going to pay Hashnode in the near future, and we are already getting ready for that. There are around 25 teams right now on Hashnode using this feature in beta already.
Nice. I love this. I love this business model, because I think this is cool for everyone. Because I think that if you are a company, you have some euros somewhere. Otherwise, that's a big problem. If you are an independent, maybe blogger, maybe a new developer, maybe you don't want to pay to get started. Maybe it's already a big issue to start. I got a lot of questions like, what should I write on? Should I write this article or not? Of course, the answer is yes. And yeah, so
developers always think about what to write, and writer's block is a main issue in many developers who are getting started. So I think one of the easiest way to tackle this would be creating your own daily logger. So as a developer, we learn a lot of things on a daily basis, right? So we learn how to optimize a page, how to do some tricks using CSS. So I would recommend start blogging all of those things in your personal blog, because over the time these articles can be very helpful for other developers who are looking for the answers on search engine and other places.
Okay, so what about some tips for developers who just want to get started? Because I think that you have some of tips for them. Also, this is the title of this episode. So, what can we say to them? Because we also have different ideas. I try to help them also to start, and honestly, I usually suggest them to go on Hashnode. So, this is also what I say. But what's about your point of view?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, the first step would be start logging your daily learnings. So start sharing your knowledge, everything that you're learning on a daily basis. Start writing them on your blog. The second tip that I would have that I would give to the beginner developer is to use free software like Grammarly, because having
I do.
having yeah, because making sure that your article is correct and grammatically, and then there are no spelling mistakes, can be of real help. So a lot of like especially search engines, they value content which are grammatically correct, right? So use that, and then get help of a draft sharing feature that Hashnode has. Create your draft, copy that link, and then share it with your other friends. Take advice from them. That would be another tip that I would give to the beginner developer who are just getting started with blogging.
Yeah, I really like this feature of sharing a draft because
Yes.
I use that very often because it's basically what you need. You don't want to post to post the link of a random MD file. So, but this is exactly what you want. So
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah.
Having a second set of eye that's going through your article is really helpful. Get help from your friends who are already writing good articles. That can improve the quality of the overall quality of the article.
What about the current state of development? Because we are developers, we want to know something cool. For example, what are you working on? If you're working, for example, for a mobile version, or if you ever thought about that, some cool new features upcoming, please share some secrets with me. Thank you.
Yeah, so one of the most requested features at Hashnode is the mobile app for iOS and Android. So that's something we are working on, and we should release it in the coming month in July. So we are super excited for that, and
Yeah.
that will also help us grow the community and also retain a lot of users. So that's why we are building the mobile apps. And the second important feature that we are working on is improving the overall SEO score of each and every blog pages. So we are working on a major upgrade that would take Lighthouse score to 100 in all the 4 parameters. So that is a
Great.
huge upgrade that we're working on. And the third thing is, of course, the team publication that I spoke about. So we're getting ready for the team feature as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I forgot to remember that I have already a lot of people from the Hashnode team on my YouTube channel. Let's say some names: Sandeep, Panda, Edidionga Skipo, Katalin Pitt, Eleftheria. So
Wow.
maybe some weeks ago, but and I think that also a lot of people that have been on my YouTube channel, they have an Hashnode blog. Which are your favorite bloggers on Hashnode? Of course, aside me. Let's talk about others.
Yeah, there are in fact many bloggers on Hashnode who are actively publishing content. But to name a few would be, yeah, it would be Colby Fayoc, who publishes a lot of React stuff. And then we have Ayushi Rawat, who is very good with Python content. We have Sam Julian, who is very popular in the developer advocacy space. He has been writing really cool articles and tips for developers who are trying to become advocates in the near future. We have Victoria Lowe, we have Tapas Atikari, Alberto Bonacino. He is very good with Flutter content. We have Miguel and then Tyrin. She's currently writing about game development. So these are the few favorite bloggers on Hashnode.
Perfect. And please do me a favor. At the end of this interview, let's add all of them in this video. So I would like to do this. So I'll check them one by one, and maybe we will put the links in description.
Yeah.
I hope that I will not miss anyone. If that it's not on purpose, because you named so many. But we will try to do that. I really like this idea because. Let me share something that I always wanted to create my own blog, and basically 1 year passed, and then I started on Hashnode, and I really feel at home when I write an article on Hashnode. Let me promote me a little bit, because for example, I've done something a little bit strange. I don't know if you know this. I've done a live stream on YouTube of me writing an article on Hashnode. So I've done everything in public. Probably I'll do some links, but this could also, for example, has been an idea. And to be honest, I did that so if I do a live stream, at least I'm not on Twitter and on other socials. So I need to stay focused on writing the article. So this worked for me. I know that this sounds crazy. Go on live streams to stay focused on your content, but that's it, because you need to stay focused on writing and people are watching you. So I was like writing with some music in background. So it was really super relaxed for me. But I have, it took me like 8 hours. So this is also to show the effort of writing a blog article. So maybe think twice before maybe doing a hateful comment on an article, and maybe as a little typo or a mistake, please. I really like this process. So I show it, I really open in edit mode, preview mode. So I've done everything in public. So I don't know if you already know this, but it was kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure people would have found it very helpful. And thanks for promoting Hashnode.
But I do this because I think this is what developers need. This is my honest talk. I'm not saying this because you are here. I would say the same thing if someone else would be here. I really wish you best luck, because I know that a product maybe also, even if you are developers, sometimes maybe we just of course we focus on UI, which is great, by the way. But I think that behind that, on each feature, there are weeks, I don't know, months of work. I don't know. But I think that you made a really great job, because I think that when you create a very great product, people start promoting that for free, like we are doing now. So this, at least we can do this. So for now, this is the help that I can give. But I'm super happy of providing this, because you deserve that. And I hope I've seen Sandeep, or maybe it was you shared some statistics. I wish them to grow even more, because people like numbers and they like to watch this kind of things increasing. So thank you so much. And would you like to leave maybe a final message? Because usually I ask for this at the end of the interview. So, and please, if you are still watching, first of all, follow him on Twitter. We'll put, I think, also other links in the description. But if you're still watching, please leave a comment. What do you think about Hashnode?
Yeah, I would love to add something here. See, as a developer, we always have this feeling that I have to build the whole software ground up, right? But I truly believe that blog is definitely not one of them. So Francesco, imagine the number of times, number of side projects that we have done as a side projects, right? And try to figure out the number of side projects that have already been completed, right? So when it comes to blogging, you should be able to share knowledge instantly, right? Without worrying about whether your blog is up and running or whether your blog is capable of handling tons of traffic and things like that. So Hashnode gives you all of those things out of the box, right? And then your blog is totally optimized for search engines. And also every time you publish an article on your own blog, there is an inbuilt community at hashnode.com who are ready to read your content from day zero itself. So you're not blogging alone. You're blogging with blogging along with a lot of different bloggers out there on a larger community. So give it a try and then sign up for Hashnode and see how it goes.
Yeah, and of course it's free, so at least you should give it a try. Even if you want to create your own blog site, which maybe I don't recommend to. But as if we want, like, I don't know, like to create a new GitHub because we want to create some projects. It depends on what you want, but you have a team. It's not something that you can track and do maybe at the beginning. Yes. Okay, I would not like create a YouTube clone before posting the first video, of course. Yeah, let me pass this. It has no sense. So yeah. So we are here to saying this, of course. That's free, so I think that for you it's the same. Yeah, if you have or not have. So, but it's more about maybe the idea to, as you said, we should think about what we want to focus on. Of course, if you have a company, you can also do everything by yourself. You can do the business, the marketing, you can develop, you can be the advocate, but we have a life. We need, and it's not about that, but it's more about if you focus on something. I always, for example, I do this analogy. If there is a very famous singer or rock star, probably they don't know nothing about marketing and other stuff. Why? Because they want to focus on doing what they love. So sing and playing the guitar. So if your goal is to publish articles, maybe your goal is not create a blog. But I'm not here saying not do that. Try, of course. Probably if you try, you understand at least the struggle. And then you can create a free blog article on you trying to create a blog article. I don't know.
Exactly.
Just last question. And then I'll let you go for this time, but I think we will meet in the future. What about the sponsor feature? Because, for example, I have this. I don't know if everybody has this already, because I am, and I don't know you call this administrator, no advocate. I don't know. I have a badge, ambassador. So what about this feature? And then I let you go.
Yeah. So Hashnode Sponsor is a one-to-one micropayment service, and which will help readers tip their favorite authors. This is one way where we can help the content creators on the platform to make some money out of their content. So, and also this is one way to keep the content free on Hashnode, right? So unlike on other platforms, there is no pop-up or there is no sign-up models before on all the free articles on Hashnode. So, so yeah, it's in a beta right now. We are rolling it out to all the blogs in the near future.
Nice. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And let's keep in touch. I would love to do something. I would love to be invited. I think you have also a podcast on Hashnode, probably one day.
Yes.
I would love to be, because I do a lot of interviews as a host, but for me, sometimes it's a relief to also be a guest. So let's see. And thank you so much for all the words. Really, best luck. I wish you best luck from the bottom of my heart for this product, because I think that you deserve that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Francesco, for this opportunity and for inviting me. I really like your video and I really like your passion towards community building. So keep up with the good work.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.